Good morning, Goa, my Goikers. Here are your top stories for Thursday, February 5th, 2026. All right, first up, let's dive into Goa Government in Focus. We're kicking things off with a look at some new schemes and infrastructure projects that are all about boosting our state's economy. So the state government has just notified a brand new incentive scheme, and this one is all about performance, specifically designed to bring more international tourists in on charter flights. Here's how it works. There's a 2 crore rupee budget set aside for this. Tour operators will get financial incentives based directly on how many passengers they bring in. It's a pretty smart way to encourage growth, right? And this applies to flights coming into both Dabolim and Mopa airports. Okay, sticking with infrastructure, let's talk about power. The chief electrical engineer is really pushing for the rollout of smart meters all across Goa. Now, this is interesting. The idea here is twofold. First, it gives the electricity department the data they need to cut down on losses and plan for the future. And second, it gives you, the consumer, a really clear picture of how much power you're using. In fact, they've already got 20,000 of these smart meters installed. All right, moving on to our Crime Watch segment now. We've got a couple of reports for you, one from Panaji and another from Porvorim. First, in Panaji, police have booked a pharmaceutical firm. They're being accused of supplying what's called spurious anti-snake venom. Basically, it's counterfeit or fake to the Directorate of Health Services, a very serious allegation. The official complaint comes directly from the Directorate of Health Services. They claim that the company MSR of Parma supplied these fake injections between December of last year and January. We're talking about a fraud that could be worth nearly 5 lakh rupees. As you can imagine, the investigation is well underway. And now over to Porvorim, where a resident has unfortunately become the victim of a pretty big cyber fraud. It's another reminder of the dangers out there online. The amount? A staggering 4.66 lakh rupees. That's how much was taken from the victim in this case. So how did this happen? Well, the accused called the victim, pretending to be an official from the State Bank of India. They managed to convince the person to give them access to their mobile phone. And once they had that access, boom, 2 illegal transactions were made. The Porvorim police are on the case now, trying to track down who's responsible. Let's shift gears and look at what's happening around your community. We've got a story where local residents are really stepping up to shape environmental policy. This is happening over in Santa Cruz, where folks are making sure their voices are heard when it comes to protecting the Bonneville Lake, a really vital local water body. You see, the Goa State Wetland Authority had planned an inspection, but only of a single survey number. Well, the locals weren't having it. They submitted a written objection, and they're demanding a full, comprehensive survey of the entire lake to make sure the whole wetland gets the protection it needs. It's a great example of a community standing together. Next up, in our Culture and Environment update, we've got something really special, a unique milestone for our state's incredible biodiversity. This is fantastic news for our local heritage. A landmark new book is set to be released, and it will formally document the Konkani names for all 515 species of birds found right here in Goa. And this wasn't just thrown together. It's the result of a 2-year scientific collaboration between Goa University and the Forest Department. They've actually coined the names based on things like the birds' behavior and their calls. The book even includes phonetic spelling to help everyone with pronunciation. It's going to be released at the 9th Bird Festival of Goa in Volpoi. And now, let's take a quick look at the national picture with a story coming out of New Delhi. Over in the capital, things got heated in the Rajya Sabha, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered a sharp critique of the opposition during a debate. So the Prime Minister was responding to the debate on the motion of thanks to the president's address. His speech, however, was hit with disruptions, which led to opposition members actually staging a walkout. After they left, the motion was passed by a voice vote. All right, before we go, let's do a quick recap of the top headlines we covered this morning. We talked about the Goa government's new 2 crore rupee incentive scheme for tourism, Panaji police booking a firm for allegedly supplying fake anti-snake venom, a Porvorim resident losing over 4.6 lakh rupees in a cyber scam, Santa Cruz locals demanding a full survey of Bonneville Lake, and finally, the fantastic news that 515 Goan bird species are getting official Konkani names. And that's all we have for you today. For more verified news and daily updates just like this, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Goa News Daily. Thanks so much for watching.